Hello, and welcome to the course Retire Strong. We're happy to have you here. Preparing for retirement is a multi-layered, long-term proposition. In this course, we are going to work on breaking down retirement into some easy-to-understand timelines and common requirements for retirement. Next, we'll work on how to set up effective goals to work towards the retirement milestone. Afterwards, we'll be discussing how to build prospective budgets and plan for your retirement expenses, while also discussing common savings funds that you can use. Finally, we'll break down the different vehicles for retirement savings and investing that are commonly available. Let's get started. When do you want to retire? You don't have to have an answer right now, but knowing what you want your retirement to look like and when you want it to occur will be the driving force behind how you can prepare for retirement. To begin with, let's go over some basic facts and figures about retirement. First, the average retirement age in the United States is 62 for women and 64 for men. Now compare these numbers to average life expectancies for men and women in the United States. These numbers are important because the difference between life expectancy and your projected retirement represents the amount of time your retirement funds need to supplement your retirement income. There's a measure of when you can gain access to passive retirement income through pensions, 401ks, IRAs, and Social Security. Many of these services, but not all, are tied to your full retirement age. This is an age that is based off when you were born. Take a look at the chart to see how it is broken down. The Social Security Administration makes updates to this chart from time to time, so make sure to check back occasionally. Other retirement accounts can have their own distribution requirements or also be tied to your full retirement age. Make sure to consider this if you're planning to retire early. Planning for a long-term goal like retirement is a complex task that needs to be broken down into smaller, more manageable goals. The best types of goals to use when planning the individual steps you are going to take towards being prepared for retirement are called SMART goals. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Let's take a quick look at each and apply them to retirement planning. First, specific goals avoid vague language and are easily understood. Not just saving a lot of money, but specifically the amount, location, things like that. This helps with the second standard of being measurable. Create goals that you can track progress towards completing. This helps with keeping you motivated and on track. Next, achievable goals are established to make sure that you keep on task and set realistic goals instead of idealistic goals. Relevant goals pertain to what you are trying to accomplish. Don't just set goals for saving money, establish goals that are connected to the outcomes you're looking for. If you want to retire and travel, think about setting up goals that give you the flexibility to live that lifestyle, and not ones that just set you up with some savings. Finally, set up a timeline for achieving your goals. Ambiguous timetables make getting distracted very easy. Establishing a timeline makes measuring your progress easier and can help motivate you with a feeling of accomplishment. This also helps with retirement planning, where many accounts and benefits have a time component that you can use to assist in your planning. So, now that you know what kinds of goals to set, let's talk about where to put the money you're saving. First and foremost, you should always maintain an emergency savings fund. This is a fund that contains 3 to 6 months worth of expenses. As your income grows, make sure to keep your emergency savings fund topped off and equal to your current expenses. Next, when setting aside funds for retirement, you need to consider accessibility versus growth potential. The easier it is for you to withdraw your funds, the less money will be able to grow as financial institutions will offer smaller interest rates. This is why funds like 401ks and IRAs typically have fees associated with early withdrawals. We will go into these accounts in more detail later. The next step to planning for retirement is to estimate your expenses. How will your lifestyle change, and what do you do to your budget? Do you commute to work every day? Without the need to commute, your transportation costs might fall. With that being said, you might want to begin traveling. This may lead to an increase in these associated costs. Will you downsize from your current living situation or look to buy a new retirement home? Another element of retirement planning that many people don't consider are medical costs. Getting older typically comes with more medical expenses that stack up over time. While there are programs to assist with this like Medicare, co-payments and other bills can pile up. Make sure that you account for expenses that may grow based on your retirement lifestyle when deciding how much you're saving. So, how do you save up for these expenses you've planned for? There are a few ways that are available to most people. These include 401ks, IRAs, and investing. 401ks are accounts that take dollars out of your paycheck and put them into a tax-advantaged retirement account that you can access upon retirement. This means that you do not pay taxes on the money you put in or on the interest earned until you retire and begin withdrawing the funds. Companies that offer 401ks will also frequently match a portion of your contributions. Contributions are capped at $19,500 currently, although these totals are updated regularly. IRAs come in a few different types. The most common two are Roth IRAs and traditional IRAs. The main difference between the two is when you pay the tax burden on the funds. Talk with a financial advisor to see which plan is better for your current income and plan retirement. Contributions to an IRA are also currently capped at $6,000 a year, although you can maintain multiple IRAs at the same time. For self-employed individuals, there are also self-employed IRAs, called SEP IRAs, that you can use to supplement your retirement savings. The caps on these funds are much higher than IRAs or even 401ks. Once you have exhausted your tax-advantaged options, you also have investing. This can be through mutual funds, index funds, or even just investing in individual stocks on the market. These funds carry a higher level of risk and are not tax advantaged, but they also offer a higher potential for growth if the companies begin performing well. Always make sure to put contingency plans in place in case of tragedy. Engage in estate planning, maintain a will, or find an executor of your estate to ensure that the people you care about are taken care of. Make sure your wishes are known and communicate them to family and friends, as well as writing them in your will. Thank you very much for taking the time to learn about retiring strong. We look forward to seeing you in another course.